Hi everyone and welcome to today's webinar. My name is Anisa and I work in the paid media team here at Tag Digital. Today we're going to run through the basics of programmatic advertising, what it is, how it works, and the benefits of using it. Programmatic sounds complicated when you read into exactly how it works, so my goal today is to simplify it so everyone understands what it is and why you need it in your marketing strategy. So, what is it? The definition of programmatic is buying digital advertising space through automated bidding techniques. And how is this possible? Computers actually use data and machine learning to decide which ad space to buy and how much to pay for them through real time bidding. And at Tag Digital, we have ran programmatic ads promoting different types of events for over 2 years. And there are many platforms you can use to run programmatic campaigns, but the one that we use here at Tag is called DV360, and this is one of the Google marketing platforms. And here you see some examples of what ads look like on some different placements. Like this one is or was on Expo's 2020 opening ceremony on YouTube. And then here we have another ad on CNN and a third one on Khaleej Times. Programmatic has proven to increase reach by 990% compared to running a display campaign on Google Ads. Programmatic advertising is one of the most impactful developments in digital marketing, and it enables us to advertise to specific users in specific contexts, which results in hyper-targeted, super effective ads. And we can do this by using banner ads, videos, and audio ads. So, what are the benefits of running a programmatic campaign? One of the benefits of using DV360 for your campaign is the advanced targeting options. So the difference between the targeting approach on Google Ads and DV360 is the data used for targeting. Google uses first-party data like website visitors or previous attendees, for example. But on DV360, you can target first-party data and third-party data. And an example of third-party data is in-market audiences, interests, job seniorities, and job titles, and a lot more. And there are a lot of enhanced features as well in the platform, which is really handy when you want to be more specific on what you spend your budget on and how much you want to spend on a certain target audience, for example. In Google Ads, the budget settings are a lot more restricted, and it can sometimes be frustrating when you want to be more innovative, but you get advice that we can't spread the budget too thinly. And another benefit is increased audience reach and premium inventory. So Google Ads reach is limited to just the Google Display network, which reaches out to 200 million websites, while DV360 is reaching out to over 90% of all sites, which is around 1 billion websites. This means we can reach a lot more people and create bigger and better audiences to then remarket to. And on DV360, we can also deal directly with publishers for priority access to premium inventory like CNN, BBC News, and Huffington Post, for example. And here I have pulled together some examples of CPM costs on Google Ads versus DV360. And for those of you who don't know, CPM stands for cost per 1,000 impressions. And as you can see, the CPM is a lot lower on DV360 and the impressions are a lot higher. So running a programmatic campaign is perfect if you think it is important to reach a lot of people for a cheaper price. And when should you be using programmatic campaigns? So I would say that if any of these statements are applicable to you and your team, you're truly missing out if you're not already running programmatic campaigns. So the first one is reach and visibility at a low cost is important to you since you want to reach out to a new audience. Brand awareness is the main objective and focus since you need people to be aware of your launch event happening very soon. You have years of collected data that is really valuable, but you're not able to use this on Google Ads since there are certain requirements your ad account has to meet before being able to target these. You want to boost the conversions on Google Ads and get a higher number than the previous year. And yeah, this is not a guarantee, but we have seen it happen in the past for a lot of different projects. It is important that you reach out to a very specific audience that are CEOs, chiefs, executives, or managers in different industries. You want to make sure that your ads are being shown on premium placements that has a lot of monthly visitors. And you want to keep your audience warm all year around. And why is keeping an audience warm important? Having a warm audience means that they can see and interact with your ads all year around rather than the ads disappearing the day after the event has ended. Then the audience has turned into a cold audience that hasn't seen or engaged with your content or visited your website for months. And this means that when you then turn your ads back on 3 months before the event, it will take a lot longer to get the cold audience to interact with your ads and convert on the website. Audiences that haven't been exposed to your brand are harder and more expensive to convert right away. So if you have a cold audience, we recommend running programmatic ads that are more generic to ease the users into your brand and what you can offer them. These users are at the top of the funnel, so it's good to have awareness-focused call to actions like learn more, for example, with just a short description about your event. Having a warm audience all year round means building an audience of loyal users that repeatedly turn to your brand when they are looking to visit or exhibit an event that you offer. It's good to keep this audience up to date with your event and encouraging them to take action on your website. And the copy for these ads can be a little bit more specific. So think of the customer journey. So people travel through several steps as they go from learning about your event to signing up. And it's important to send the right messages at each stage so that users feel compelled to move further down the funnel and closer to converting. And the hot audience are people who are familiar with your brand and have attended or booked a stand at your event in the past. This is the audience you always want to engage with. And to hot audiences, we usually create ads to make sure they actually attend the event after they have signed up. And we have done some digging into some accounts where we have ran Google Ads campaigns alone and when we have ran them alongside a programmatic campaign. And these are our findings. So in these examples, we have year-on-year stats, and we can see a clear decrease in the CPA on Google Ads when we are running a programmatic campaign at the same time as our search campaign. And what can the reason behind this be? So when running a programmatic campaign, it increases the brand awareness massively since we tend to reach millions of new users in a couple of weeks. And all users clicking on the ads end up on your designated landing page. and then all of those users get added to the remarketing audience, where we can target them with different banners, videos, or responsive ads. And this can then lead to more people converting. The users could also see the display ads and later on start searching for your branded keywords and convert that way. The branded search campaigns is usually the top performing campaign, so the likelihood that someone takes this route is probably bigger. And like mentioned previously, one of the main benefits of programmatic is the advanced targeting option. So I'm going to run you through 5 targeting options we have seen the strongest results from on our programmatic campaigns. So the first one is contextual targeting, and this can be used when we want our ads to appear on websites that have content that includes specific keywords that we're targeting. So for example, if we're advertising your construction event, we would use the keyword construction to make sure the ads appear on sites about construction, meaning that we can reach a relevant audience to your event industry. A first-party audience type that you might be familiar with is remarketing to all visitors on your website. And when creating this audience, we're able to reach users who have previously visited specific pages or completed certain actions, such as downloading a brochure, but not yet registered for the conference. A key strategy we would then introduce is to serve ads to the user that downloaded the brochure, promoting the event the user was previously looking at, with an ad encouraging them to attend the event. And that would be remarketing to a first-party audience. And then we have third-party audiences, which allows us to create audience targeting using a wide variety of third-party data. So DV360 has access to over 100,000 audience segments from many trusted data sources. And this allows us to target the right person at the right time and maximize the effectiveness and efficiency of your campaign. And this is a way of targeting different C-level audiences, niche interests, or in-market audiences, and much more. And third-party audiences usually have a really good click-through rate, and this targeting option is not available on Google Ads. And then we have category targeting, which is also based on a page's content. And this is very similar to topic targeting on Google Ads. So if, for example, we're promoting an art event, we would want ads to appear on websites that have to do with art. So we can then choose to target the category art and entertainment, and the ads would then be visible on the websites that are classified as this category. And this is the broader targeting option of contextual targeting, since here we target a whole category rather than specific keywords. And this is also a really good approach for reaching new users / increasing your brand awareness. And then we have targeting specific URLs through managed placements, and this gives you additional brand safety controls by allowing you to choose the specific websites you want to reach with your campaigns. If you have a list of URLs that you know your audience is browsing on, we can use this. But if you don't, that is fine, since we will be able to create a list of website URLs that are relevant to your event industry and reach your audience that way. And then we have some best practices, and it's good to keep this in mind before starting the programmatic campaign. So first of all, in a lot of cases, it might be beneficial to run all display ads on DV360 and run search campaigns on Google Ads. And the reason behind this is that the CPM and CPA is usually lower on DV360 compared to Google Ads. And you can do all the targeting that you can do on Google Ads on DV360 plus more. And a YouTube video in today's world of marketing is a must. Users are increasingly seeking to digest content in video formats, and the YouTube campaigns include a call to action and encourages the users to visit the website and take action. And we've seen some really good results with low CPAs here. And a side note here is to make sure you have different videos for different stages of the funnel, so you reach people with the right messaging at the right time. And make sure to have different looking banners to different types of audiences depending on where they are in the funnel. And make sure to have them available in as many sizes as possible to fit as many ad spaces as you can to increase your visibility. And if you're interested in running a programmatic campaign, make sure your minimum budget is $5,000, $5,000, and brief it in earlier rather than later. We recommend having a programmatic campaign live for at least 8 weeks to make sure we have time to build up a good size of new users that we can then use to get further down the funnel and closer to converting. And yeah, that's all the slides I had. So if there are any questions, I'm happy to answer these. If you just scan the QR code there, they will come up on the screen. Okay, so the first question. Can you guarantee premium placements? So in DV360, you can do something called a guaranteed deal. This means we would directly buy inventory from the publisher, and we decide and agree to buy a fixed number of impressions, and the publisher agrees to deliver the exact amount of impressions for a guaranteed price. So both the buyer, which would be your PPC specialist, and the seller, which would be the publisher, brings a guarantee to the table. And this gives us simplified access to premium inventory like homepage takeovers or section buyouts. What are the main KPIs to monitor performance? So, since it is an awareness channel, we do measure by impressions, CPM, and click-through rates. But if we're running a remarketing audience, your CPA might be lower here since this is a warm audience, but it's not the main KPI. So yeah, the ones we would monitor would be CPM and click-through rates. How much budget do you recommend for the campaign? So it depends a little bit on your targeting, how many light items you have, and how long you're going to run the campaign for, but we would say a minimum of $5,000 is recommended. What do you recommend doing to get more conversions on a programmatic campaign? So first of all, the main target on programmatic campaigns is not to get a low CPA and loads of conversions. It is reach and building up new audiences. And yeah, we can't really compare the results of a programmatic campaign on DV360 to the results on a search campaign, since it's two completely different things in many ways. So if we run a display campaign on Google Ads, we would never compare that to the search branded campaign, for example. So what you focus on is a low CPM and a good click-through rate. So you can remarket to people who have visited the website. But however, if you want more conversions, you can run more bottom of the funnel audiences like website visitors and data lists, since these tend to be top performing when it comes to conversions on DV360. Why not just run display on Google Ads? So there's a lot of different reasons for that. First of all, the targeting options are different. We can reach premium inventory on DV360, and the CPM is usually a lot cheaper, and the impressions are a lot higher. So that's the main differences of running it on DV360 instead. So yeah, thanks for joining us today. That's all the questions we have time for, but if you have any more, you can email me on anisa@tagdigital.co.uk with any more questions, and I will get back to you.